Hi, I'm Nick Burke with the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today joining me is Jeremy Woodall. Jeremy's the campus minister at the University of Arkansas Monticello, and currently Jeremy is hiking the Ouachita Trail in its entirety. He's doing this to raise money for the Arkansas Baptist Children's Homes and their foster care program. So Jeremy, start out, tell me kind of where you are on the trail, how's it going, and how's it been so far?
Well, right now, it's normally behind me you could see a beautiful overlook here at Queen Wilhelmina State Park Lodge, but what you're seeing today is pretty much what I've seen all day. Today it's been rainy and cold. I'm at mile 51 of the trail, so I started on Friday at Talamina State Park in Oklahoma, and this would have been my fourth night on the trail, and I actually got here a day early. So I'm gonna stay instead of just one night at the lodge. I'm gonna actually stay two and get a full day off tomorrow.
Very good. So, how's the terrain? How's the weather holding up for you? It's been kind of cold and rainy around here, so I'm sure it's been that way out on the trail.
Yeah, so the cold front came through about midway through my hike on Friday. It was about 70 degrees. It feels kind of cloudy, but it's 70 degrees warm. And by the time I finished my 10 miles for day one and got to the shelter, it was already down in the 40s. And so it came through really quick. And it's really kind of hung out around there. It got into the lower 50s some yesterday and a little bit the day before. But today was a real tough day. It was uh, just cloudy, rainy, heavy rain at times, real cold, down in the low 40s. And I had to do 20 miles today to get into the state park. So it was a tough day, but it was worth it. I just got through eating a big bacon cheeseburger, so that made the suffering for the day worth it. They say this is the toughest section of the trail that I just did, so I hope they're right. It's pretty rocky and a lot of climbing and stuff like that.
I got you. Are you feeling good about kind of finishing out on schedule, on time for the hike?
Definitely, about midway through the day, just knowing how tough it was going to be today, and how I was just going to kind of have to earn it today and grind it out. I just kind of thought to myself that this would be one of the days that I look back on that I was like, okay, that was kind of where there was just kind of a mental shift. I think physically, I'm very capable to do it, but there's a definitely a mental game too. And so I think days like today just kind of propel you forward. And so, um, I feel real good about finishing up on November the 7th at Pinnacle Mountain.
What do you have ahead of you? What are kind of give us an idea of what's left on the trail for you?
Okay. So, the Ouachita Trail is broken into sections. And so I finished the first couple of sections with this hike, being 51 miles into it. And so since I'm in Arkansas now, I'm gonna, of course, making my way to Little Rock. Next Saturday, uh, I'll get back on the trail early Wednesday morning, and then next Saturday I'll come into Story, Arkansas, and there's a kind of famous to Ouachita trail hikers, a little country store called the Bluebell Country Store, and a lady named Lori that will come pick you up on the trail at the mile or at the Highway 27 trailhead, and she'll actually shuttle you into her store to get a good lunch, get a good meal, and I'm actually going to be staying at a place called the Fishing Village that's there in Story. It's a little cabin, and so I'll have one more night that I'll be able to spend off the trail, and so that'll be Halloween night. And so Sunday, November the 1st, I'll get back on the trail. Then on November the 4th, um, I will get my last resupply. So here at Queen Wilhelmina, I have a resupply of food and some different things. Uh, at Story, I'll have another resupply that I've dropped off there. And then on the 4th, actually Joshua Townsend and Kelly Jones with the Children's Homes are going to meet me. It's what's called Flat Side Pinnacle. It's a beautiful area on the trail, and I'll get my last resupply box on November the 4th, and then I'll have the 5th and 6th on the trail, and then the 7th will be the day that I walk into Pinnacle Mountain State Park, Lord willing.
Very cool. Well, hey, speaking of children's home, tell us why you're doing this. I mean, hiking's great, but what's the purpose behind all of this, and how can people kind of get behind what you're doing?
Sure. Well, really, I can thank Joshua Townsend a lot for just kind of helping me shape the vision of what this could be. Whenever I started planning or thinking about doing the Washita Trail, initially I was like, I could do something to raise money for missions. I really needed a purpose to be able to justify leaving the house, leaving my wife and kids, and taking time off of work to come do something like this. And it was actually a conversation I had with Joshua that he shared with me a vision about behind doing this to raise support for foster care in Arkansas, primarily through Arkansas Baptist Children's Homes and Families. Growing up in Monticello, having the children's home there in Monticello, it was almost just a no-brainer for me. That's been a ministry that's been near and dear to my heart for a long time. A lot of my childhood friends were in the children's home. We have some successful business people there in Monticello that grew up through the children's home, and so it's been a very effective and just a fruitful ministry for a long time. And so this is a tough time, not necessarily just for the children's home, but really for just foster care in Arkansas. I believe that the last count, there was over 4,400 children in need of foster placement in Arkansas, and a lot of the holdback is financial. And so initially we had set a goal. The Washita Trail is 323 miles, and our goal is to have 223 people that'll donate $100 to raise a little bit over $22,000. So we're getting close to not quite half of that goal, but we're pushing towards half that goal. I think whenever I left town, we were almost to $7,000. One of the cool things on the trail, we have a website. People can go to the website. It's hikingforhomes.com, hikingforhomes.com, and they can see just the vision behind it. They can find out where they can give. They can either mail in to the convention building, or they can give there online. And I've met a handful of people on the trail. I actually spent the night in a shelter with a young man that, of course, people ask why you're doing something like this. And, it's always, are you just doing this for fun or why? And so whenever I tell them about hiking for homes, it's been cool to see a couple of people that actually wrote down the website or even looked at it on their phone and said that they were going to give to it. And so it'd be cool to see just how much, we're able to raise just from people I get to meet here at the lodge. I got to visit with one of the ladies that works at the front desk and tell her about it, and she looked at the website while, I was at the front desk. So it's been pretty cool.
Well, very cool. Well, like Jeremy said, if you want to become one of the 223 people they're looking to give to the Arkansas Baptist Children's Homes, you can go to hikingforhomes.com. And also, if you want to follow kind of Jeremy on his hike, he's kind of documenting some of that on his Instagram. Jeremy, how can they find you on Instagram?
I think my Instagram is at JT, T as in Taylor, Woodall. And then, and I've just been sharing some things to my story, or you can go to my Facebook and I think see it there too. And so whenever I get service and get requests for friends or get people that send me messages, I'm trying to answer those as I get them. But you can find it there. And actually on my Facebook page, a little bit down, you'll see a link to where you can actually see where I'm at on the trail at all times, because I have a Garmin device that's kind of keeping up with that. So just a couple of things for people to be able to follow along.
Very cool. Well, hey, thanks for joining us, Jeremy, and we'll pray for you for safe hike and for safe travels, and we'll check in with you later for another update coming down the road.
All right, thanks, Nick.